Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble, windy home here in Livingston, Montana on the 4th of January of 2021. Yeah, the old wind, you can maybe through this mic setup I got here, you can, if you hear a whistling noise, well, it's because of that wind outside. This is some windy country around here in Park County, Montana. That's a fact. Okay. Today, one of my subscribers messaged me or whatever have you and wished me a happy new year and all that kind of stuff. Now, this individual lives down in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm not talking about the person. I'm not doxing them or anything. I don't do that. I don't dox people. People put enough confidence in me to let me know who they are, where they live, and stuff like this. I don't dox them, I know how sensitive that people are about being secure and not showing their faces on the internet and all this other overly paranoid stuff. Well, whatever here. But this New Year's Eve greeting, reminded me of a story from my childhood. Okay. To set the setting here, look at that, man. What is that? Set the setting. It's a bunch of nonsense is what it is. To establish what I'm talking about here is anybody that's followed my channel you probably knows from time to time I release a video on the real estate gold rush here in Montana, or how expensive that some of this property and land and stuff is. All throughout my 770 some videos, I've peppered my channel with this kind of news or this kind of information or whatever have you. Now, whether it's of any interest, I know it's of some interest to some people, because I've run into quite a few people that would like to move to Montana. They've asked, they question me about what it's like to live here, what our economy's like, especially what the weather's like, and all this other kind of stuff. I probably fielded every kind of question you can possibly imagine. But this reminded me of something that happened when I was a kid. Now, you folks know I screw around and tell all these childhood stories. That's because I'm a boring individual and I don't have anything better to do. I'm just kidding. Relax. I'm just, joking here. But I was thinking about this before I turned this miserable camera on, and I can't remember exactly what I was doing at the time, and I can't remember exactly where these out-of-state people were from, but this is what happened. I was with my brother Nick. He's 2 years younger than me. I've talked about him a few times on my channel. I don't like to get too carried away because it's my information. I screw some of my childhood stories up for my family, But I try to remember them as best as I can, But I just remember I was like, I don't know, probably about 16, 17 years old, and this brother of mine's 2 years younger than me. Anyway, I think we were out irrigating some ranch or doing something, or fixing fence, putting up fence posts or something. I don't remember, but we were doing something. We might even have been walking to our favorite fishing stream, because back when I was a kid, it was kicking rocks or riding my busted down swing bicycle or whatever, because that's the only way we had to get anywhere. That's fact. But my brother and I was together along this highway doing something. Anyway, this car pulls up, and I know for a fact the car had out-of-state plates. And I had been noticing for quite a few months or a few years in there, that I was starting to see, my fair share of people. Like one time, before I tell the story, one time I seen this guy in Bermuda shorts, which I'd never seen a set of Bermuda shorts in my whole life, and some kind of a flowered Hawaiian shirt and sandals on, standing on the side of a road taking a picture of a cow on the other side of this fence. And I drove by. That was back when I got old enough to drive. And I drove by, and I just shook my head, and whoever I was with, I said, "Look at this fool over here." I said, "What in the hell is this?" let me tell you what, if that guy ever had to wrangle cows, brand cows, pull calves at birthing time, feed cows, put up hay, inoculate cows, and all that stuff that I had to do when I was a kid, they damn sure wouldn't be out there wasting burning daylight taking a picture of a cow. I'm talking about a beef cattle, a domestic cow, not a cow elk or anything interesting like that. Anyway, I started, this was in the 60s, okay, mid-60s, whatever, in the latter part of the 60s, and I know that that's when the property and the real estate gold rush and the land grab and all that started here in Montana. I know that for a fact. It actually started in the 60s and has just been steadily climbing ever since until you've got the mess that you've got right now in 2021. Everybody and their dog trying to get up here to Montana to get out of these big cities and all this crime and gangsters and all this kind of stuff. I don't blame them, okay? You know, I really don't. Considering what's going on in the world, I don't blame anybody for wanting to move to the treasure state, the big sky country up here in Montana. But okay, that's a good enough setting for this little dinky story I've got to tell. These people stopped while the brother and I were trucking down this road or doing something, but these people stopped in an out-of-state car, and they pointed over to the Rocky Mountains. And there was a waterfall over there, and I can't remember the name of that waterfall. But there was a waterfall that you could clearly see out as far out as like US 93. That's what went up through the Mission Valley, up through St. Ignatius, Ronan, Polson, and all that, that stomping grounds I grew up in. Okay? But this waterfall, these people stopped and said, "Hey, young man, could you tell us how to get to the waterfall over there?" You know, and I looked at them people like, "Are you for real, man?" You know, because it was just a deal where you really just looked at the waterfall and just kind of drove over there. From where we were to where the waterfall, it was like, I don't know, I want to say like 5 or 7 miles, something like that. But you could see this waterfall. Like I say, I can't remember the name of it, whatever, because there was a lot of water that used to come out of those Rockies into the Mission Valley, all right? Anyway, so real quickly, like I don't know what, I must have been in a foul mood that day or something, I don't know. But what I ended up doing is saying, "Oh yeah, sir, I can tell you where to go. You go down here, you go a mile down this way," and because I don't even remember how I worded everything. I said, "You take a right, you go down exactly 10 more miles, you hang a left." What I did is I put those people so far out of touch with that with that waterfall that they would have had to got a hold of the Forest Service or somebody to get them there. You know what I mean? I sent them like 15 or 20 miles out of the way, wrong directions, everything I could think of. And so they were all happy and drove off, you know, drove off to become lost. Anyway, my brother comes up to me and he goes, "What'd you do that for?" You know? And I look at my brother, I said, "Look here, fool." Of course, I didn't talk like that back in them days. I probably called him an idiot or stupid or something, you know, knowing me. But I said, if those people, I said, "Nick, you and I both know all you got to do is just drive over there. You don't need no directions or nothing." "Yeah, but they don't know that." I said, "Yeah, but they're going to find this out by the time everything is done and said." Who loves me? Somebody loves me. They'll just have to wait. Oh, yeah. Hang on here for just a second. I got to get this thing to stop dinging. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, that's what I did. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world by the time it was all over with. What happened to them people, I have no idea. But I just know for sure that I sent them 10, 15, 20 miles in the opposite direction of that falls. You know, because I wasn't digging all these cars with Florida license plates, New York license plates, California, and all these places I didn't even know existed because I lived a pretty sheltered, quiet life up here in Montana, except for the goofy things I got into when I was a kid. Okay, I got to get off of here, man. I'm approaching 11 minutes. That's good enough. I've taken too much of your time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care of yourselves, and we shall see you on down the trail, fellow tubers. Tubers, get a load of that. Adios.